Agathism. Everyone's good has a different meaning. The word for the supreme being known in the modern times as God was derived from the German word Gott, meaning God. Prior to that time, the word for God was Elohim, Tetragrammaton, Jehovah. When we seek to understand the meaning of God in our lives, then seek to find good and how that good interplays with earth, nature, space, and all of the organisms contributing to life on this planet. The Catholic canon, in describing good, derives its information from Greek sources as well as some other early philosophers. Moral good and ethical good are categorized and defined, but Agathism aligns itself most with that original thought. Good is what all humans desire. The belief system of each individual is very much a part of the culture in which the values and truths of the ancestors were ingrained at the deepest level of consciousness in our modern global community. Modernism. Concentrating on the period extending roughly from 1860 to the end of World War II, modernism focuses on the methodological, archival, and theoretical exigencies particular to modernist studies. Modernism, if it can be defined at all, is a study of relativity and the means by which people reach conclusions. Rather than focus on the what, the modernists focused on the how and introduced an element of subjectivity absent in previous works. Postmodernism. Continuing the trend of subjectivity established in the modernist era, the postmodernists emerged after World War II and stated that since any objective statements are assumptions at their core, that there is no real objective truth. The postmodernist movement has been absorbed into society and peaked with the free rights movement at Berkeley. Postmodernism stands for free speech and moral ambiguity. If there is no truth, then there is no right thing to say or do. Roses of Reckoning. Ashton Vale? Clearly not an overly prosperous valley, and that says nothing of its technological developments. Another backwater valley wedged in the mountain ranges of Dostan. You were planning to go to a port to the east in order to leave Dostan. You had also planned on using the bustling city of Birmingham as a relay point on your way to a larger coastal city. Bad idea. Apparently, Birmingham has an odd propensity to detonate, resulting in a crater. The entire area is on lockdown. Forced to go north through a large stretch of mountains, you're glad to see civilization. Ashton isn't particularly far from here, so you should have little trouble reaching it. Considering how little civilization is present in northern Dostan, you had better take advantage of it while you can. Delving back into the mountains without having taken a rest would be suicide. Hopefully the fares aren't very high. You read the sign. 15 miles north, Ashton. 8 miles southwest, Ashton Cemetery. There is a small farmhouse here. The people wave to you as you go by, diligently tilling their field and doing other farmhand work. Ashton Vale appears to be an area focusing primarily on its agriculture, and it's people like these who form the backbone of this rural area's economy. More power to them. The city of Ashton is larger than you had previously imagined. Indeed, the relative prosperity of its crops seems to have given it a breath of life not shared by most rural metropolises. Perhaps you may just need a comfortable piece of civilization to rest your laurels and heads on for an evening. Here lies a small suburb of Ashton, packed with medium and low-quality houses. The people here are friendly, but there's little in general to do here. You soon become bored and leave. There is a small farmer's market set up outside of town. If you wanted to, you could purchase food here. Buy some food. Various farmhouses from the area are peddling their goods here to potential buyers. Because of this valley's abundance of food, you receive premium prices for victuals of the utmost freshness. You enter the city of Ashton for the first time. It's not the largest city you've ever been in, but it's far from the smallest. On the upside, there are enough guards here, little poverty, and basic services all provided. On the downside, there is little in the way of amenities. Torches light the street because the city hasn't built street lamps yet, and the marketplace in the center of town is empty. Nevertheless, for your purposes, Ashton will be fine. You read the sign. Blades of Exile Press. Publishing quality stories since i.e. 1997. An incredibly handsome man is the proprietor of this establishment. His finely woven robes reflect his debonair demeanor and ambivalent genius, whereas his rock-hard physique represents his incredible aptitude at every task imaginable. This man is not overcompensating for anything. Nope, nothing at all. Excuse me, sir? The sexy beast of a warrior archmage faces you and almost blinds you with his amazingly clean teeth.
Greetings. How may I help you, little one?
Say, Jeremy, how do you stay so amazing? He leans forward.
This is an insider secret, but what you do is you become good enough at scenario design that you're making 2 of them each week. Then, you stick self-indulgent, egotistical cameos of yourself in each.
He laughs heartily, allowing his gargantuan, sculpted pectoral muscles to stretch against the breast of his outfit. What do you sell here?
Why, simple. I sell books. They're incredibly good books. I am a good author. You want to buy my books. My books want to be read.
Alcretas is a better author. He grumbles incoherently under his breath. Brett Bixler is a better author. He begins giggling like a schoolgirl.
Haha, it is being the joke, no? Very funny.
Oblivious fool. I'll buy some of your so-called good books. Jeremy Levesque is one handsome slice of man meat. His body rivals that of gods, but his intellect is vastly superior. He sells books. They are good books. You want to buy his books. You conclude your business with the god of scenario design. You read the sign, Clark's Blacksmith. Weapons and farming supplies available. This man is walking about his shop, doing mostly nothing. He nods at you as you walk inside.
Good day to you. My name's Clark. What can I do for you?
Do you know where I can sell or trade my items? Clark sighs.
There's a small thieves' guild in town that I hide in the back of my shop. They haven't done anything wrong, so I don't see the harm in letting do-gooders like yourself in on the information. There's a secret passage in this room that reveals a lever. Pulling that lever will open up the thieves' guild, located in the back corner of my shop.
How do you know that the guild hasn't done anything wrong?
Simple. I haven't heard of anybody getting robbed, and in a small community like this, that means there's no robbing going on.
I see.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Can I purchase some quality weapons and armor? Clark is a talented man when it comes to working with iron. Perhaps it is true that he couldn't turn iron into steel to save his soul, but his goods are still relatively high quality. You conclude your business. I'm fine, thank you. Have a nice day.
Okay. See you later.
You find a stout wooden lever emerging from a slot in the floor. It is set all the way to one side. Pull the lever. You read the sign. Thieves' Guild. Go away. As you enter the Thieves' Guild, the members don't attack you, but you certainly aren't given a warm welcome. For brigands at a table play a game of cards, while a man, presumably the leader, sits at a table and watches you idly. You're no genius, but you know when you aren't wanted. This man holds an intricate dirk lying on his lap with his right hand and gives you an evil look as you approach.
You can call me Blade. What's your business here, goody two-shoes?
Can I join the Thieves' Guild?
Never.
Can I do a mission for you?
Not really.
Let's trade. Blade is willing to sell items of potentially illegal use to you at a low cost. Plus, he is also willing to give you good money for the items that you have. You enter the training hall. A woman is diligently practicing sword maneuvers as you enter. She turns her head to you and smiles.
Hello. It's strange to see adventurers in these parts, but a pleasant surprise nonetheless. I'm Hana, and in case you didn't read the sign outside, I'm the town's trainer. Though by the looks of you folks, I'd say you already know this. I can train you in arts of combat, and even how to better cast spells. If you're looking for the spells themselves, you'll have to.
She pauses, breaking out of her practiced diatribe, and begins sobbing.
Sorry, you'll have to forgive me, it's just...
You ask her in simple terms what's bothering her.
Oh, it's just some sob story. My husband Kurojutsu and I used to live together. He was the town mage, he sold spells to travelers. But now... A few weeks ago, he departed from me. He left without saying goodbye in his sleep. It's tough going on while feeling like half of a person, but I have to live on if I want to pay the taxes. They're coming up soon, and I need all of the help I'm going to get to pay them off, so don't be shy. I'd love your business. I think I don't have anything to worry about, but every piece helps.
How sad. Mom, finally. A trainer. After you're through working with Hana, you should also go to the nearby inn for a well-earned rest. Hana nods at you and smiles.
Will you be needing any training?
Training would be nice. How can you train me?
Well, I can help you become more agile, if you would like. Also, I can give you tougher skin, much like natural armor.
Let me purchase some of your training. Hana obviously has many years of experience under her belt, and it shows. She can teach you how to quicken yourself, or how to outright ignore pain. It's quite impressive. You finish your business. I have another question. You have my condolences for your dearly departed. She sighs.
I don't need your condolences.
She clearly does. What kind of man was Kurojutsu?
Oh, he was a very kind, a faithful partner, that sort of thing. He always treated me nicely, almost making me feel special. Nothing tough-skinned adventurers like yourselves would care about.
You must miss him. She nods quietly to herself and begins to cry gently. You leave her be. How will you be able to afford the taxes? She turns her head downward and speaks in a soft voice.
I'm not entirely sure. Obviously, it would be nice if I could.
Do you know when taxes are coming up?
No, not really.
She thinks.
Usually, the taxman comes once each year. Whenever he comes into town, that's when taxes are due. I can't remember the exact date he comes at, but I know that he's coming soon.
Location makes all of the difference. This marketplace was set up with the intention that merchants would come to this city and trade. Unfortunately, this has not been the case thus far, and for a simple reason. Ashton is too far from any major veins of the Imperial Highway. What this means to you is that traders won't be wasting their time peddling goods here. Bad news if you plan on doing any major spending. You read the sign, City Hall. A woman is paging through a pulp fiction novel as you walk into City Hall. She ignores you. May I see the mayor? She looks up at you with her right eyebrow raised, clearly annoyed.
No.
Which book are you reading? She holds up the cover so you can easily read the title. The title is Bandits 2, Ballad of the Red Star. Is Bandits 2 any good?
I wouldn't know, because some idiot is romping about my office, preventing me from reading it.
She clearly wants you to leave. You read the sign, Inn of Blades branch office. A man wearing large spectacles looks you over as you enter the inn.
Greetings and welcome to this branch office of the Inn of Blades. How may I help you?
What large glasses you have.
Why, thank you. All the better to see you with.
What is the Inn of Blades? He shakes his head.
You don't know about the Inn of Blades? It's a beautiful inn on the continent of Izo, filled with exciting characters and lots of fun-filled adventures. To get there, however, you will have to purchase Blades of Exile.
Hint, by Blades of Exile. What's Blades of Exile? He sighs and shakes his head. Are you missing some important information?
Blades of Exile is a world similar to yours and mine, except it has many more adventures than this world, and is easy to reach.
I have another question. What services can I get here, my good man?
Let me name the ways. Ale is being sold for 2 gold, while rooms are being sold for 5.
I'll buy some ale. Pay 2 coins. He pours you a round of amber ale. The freshness, a direct result of this inn's distance from wheat farms, is impeccable. It goes down smoothly and gets you comfortably drunk. I'll take a room. Pay 5 coins. He leads you to one of the inn's many vacant rooms. The beds are fluffy but firm and the feather pillows are relaxing. You sleep well.
Hello?
I'm a representative from the Empire. I'm here to collect taxes.
What do I owe? The Venerable Tachyon IV?
For the year you owe him 1,000 gold.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Here you go.
Your Emperor, Tachyon IV, thanks you.
Have you visited that dead Hana?
Hana. Why, yes.
What happened?
She. Look for yourself. Farewell.
That was ominous. Perhaps you had better check up on Hana to see how she's doing. You walk up to Hana's home, but the guard stops you before you are able to enter.
Hana has been sent to jail for not paying her taxes.
Oh no, you should probably check on her. Excuse me, but may I see someone in the jail? She reaches under her table and presses a small button. The gates to the north open.
There. Now leave me be.
Hana is standing by the window of the prison, dejected. She clearly doesn't want to be here, and the burden of her husband's death combined with her imprisonment must be hard on her. She is, however, happy to see you here. Hana, are you okay?
I'm glad you came. I'm still alive, but things aren't going too well.
Is there anything we can do to help?
Now that you mention it, yes. I clearly won't be getting out of here soon, so can you do me a favor? Go down to the Ashton Cemetery, it's to the south of here, and buy some roses. Place them on Kurojutsu's grave. It would mean so much to me.
As a favor to the now in-debt Hana, you are to deliver some beautiful flowers to Kurojutsu's grave in the graveyard to the south of Ashton. You read the obelisk. Ashton Cemetery. Please have respect for the dead. The caretaker of the cemetery is sitting at a desk, quietly paging through a book as you enter. He looks up and smiles as you approach.
Hello. My name's Timothy O'Brien. How may I help you?
What do you do here?
I am the caretaker of this cemetery. Is there anyone's grave who you would like to visit? Or are you just here to make up stories?
What do you mean, make up stories?
Every person here tells a unique story. Why? If you named anyone here, I could tell you a story about them, even if I had no idea who they were. That's the thing about stories. They allow you to become a literary necromancer.
Literary necromancer?
You don't know who the dead people here are. Only by making up stories of them can you come to understand who they are. And when you make up a face to go with each headstone, then that person becomes alive for you.
Hun? He sighs.
When you're a caretaker of a graveyard, you gain interesting ideals about death. I'm sorry if I'm confusing you.
I have another question. Can you tell me where a man named Kurojutsu is buried?
Kurojutsu. He just came in recently. Just go through the room to the east, and you'll be in a section of graves. Kurojutsu's is the third grave in the second row.
This woman nods her head as you approach, listening to the sound of your boots on the floor, feeling the pot of roses before her, and smelling their aroma.
Hello, I'm Catherine O'Flaherty. May I help you?
Those roses look lovely. She picks one up and sniffs it.
Ah, yes indeed.
May I purchase some roses? Catherine is selling some of the most beautiful flowers you have ever seen at rock-bottom prices. It would be a shame not to take advantage of this rare opportunity. You finish your business. You place the roses on Kurojutsu's grave just like Hana told you to. Then suddenly you hear the winds whispering around you.
Who are you? Why are you here? And why do you disturb my grave?
You turn about frantically, searching for the noise. To your dismay, it echoes all around you. Chills run up your spine as you dart your head from side to side, trying to figure out who is speaking to you.
Answer me. Why are you here? Who sent you here? I want answers now.
Afraid of what this voice will do to you, you comply. You stutter frequently, but eventually you tell him what happened and why you are here instead of Hana. Tell the voice.
Who or what are you?
I am Kurojutsu.
Aren't you dead?
No. As you can see, I am a vampire.
But Hana said that you had died recently.
She lies. I am what you see. Perhaps she did not want you to know. She too is a vampire.
But she looked so human.
An illusion. A clever, convincing illusion. She had the whole town of Ashton fooled, including you, until now.
Then why didn't you rescue her?
He did.
Hana, is that you?
What Kurojutsu said is correct. I am what you see.
But you said your Kurojutsu was dead.
No, I said that he had left me.
And now, my dear, you have returned to me.
Why, then, did you two split up in the first place?
Hana looks at you with a mix of remorse and relief in her eyes, leaning by Kurojutsu and holding his hand tenderly.
As you now know, I drink people's blood if I am to survive. My mere existence is dependent on harming others, and for that, I feel remorse. Nevertheless, the disagreement my dearest and I had was that he wanted to live with me forever, feeding off of the blood of innocence. I had grown weary of murdering to survive, and was content with living my remaining days in peace. And then they of all people, the Empire, found out. I was charged an exorbitant amount of money in taxes just so that they could justify imprisoning me through debt.
She notices the look of confusion on your faces.
What, do you think the Empire is above making made-up statistics in order to place a person in debt? Fools.
You aren't in the position to determine who lives and dies. You should have never murdered those people in the first place.
I don't have the right? Then who does, the Empire? Oh, you mean the Empire that was founded on genocide, bigotry, war, and intolerance? Or the Empire who restricts the rights of people to criticize the government? Or the Empire who taxes and refuses to give back to the people, spending their money on a military designed to force people into submission? You're right, I'm definitely worse than them. Heaven forbid that someone who isn't in power murder people indiscriminately. I thought that I had no right to say who here lives and dies. In order to distance myself from who I saw as a cold-blooded killer, I sent an empty coffin to the graveyard to symbolize my redemption. But now I see this world for what it really is, a competition of the fittest. Every day, people steal, murder, and rape in order to get their kicks, never truly caring about the people around them. I kill to stay alive only so that I may be with the man who I love. If the sins committed in this world have to be quantified, then at least mine are for love, rather than material wealth or pleasures of the flesh.
Just because it is the way of the world doesn't make it right. Have a conscience. Kurojutsu stares at you.
Enough,
he says.
Behold. You may track us down, through that tunnel. But beware, if you don't, strike us down soon. We will murder everyone. In Ashton Vale.
Be proud, adventurers. You get to beat up some monsters for your empire, after all.
You had better chase after Kurojutsu and Hana. You could go back to Ashton and see if you could speak with the mayor, but it's doubtful as to whether or not you will actually receive an audience. Vampires can be vicious foes, and you may have to slay 2 of them yourself. Before you is a long, descending tunnel. From what you can see, it goes a long way down. You will most likely emerge underground if you emerge at all. Nobody in sight. You suspected that Kurojutsu would place some of his servants here to stop you, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Nevertheless, you keep a careful watch for any potential ambushes. Oh no! As you cross over the runes, they explode, damaging you severely. In addition, the corpses littered about this cave slowly come to life, ready to make you join their ilk. As you approach this large, complicated dais, you hear a gentle humming in the air. The 4 crystal pillars begin to glow slightly. Perhaps Kurojutsu is controlling a ritual from afar. Suddenly, the humming stops with a great climax, and a small cadre of powerful undead suddenly appear on the pedestal. This is bad. This is definitely not good. As you stare out across this large, spiraling tunnel, you hear the shuffling of undead waiting to sink their claws and fangs into your soft, supple flesh. You will have to fight your way to the end of this path. As you approach the center of this large warren, you see what lies at the end of your path. A large manor, presumably Kurojutsu's. He must be far older than you had previously imagined if he has accumulated so much incredible wealth. You look behind you, and suddenly, the gate slams shut and the stairs descend into the ground. Whatever Kurojutsu is planning, he plans to finish it with your death. You read the sign. Crypts. How horrid. Now you know where Kurojutsu is getting his vampires from. He must have kidnapped many people and used his dark powers to turn them into fellow undead. He must be stopped before more innocents are subverted. You enter the small torturing chamber. On the table are sharp objects, most likely used to give a slow, painful death to whoever earns Kurojutsu's dislike. In a cell, you find a corpse hunched against the wall. You almost jump out of your skin when it stands up.
Don't hurt me.
You lower your weapons, confused. It doesn't seem to be hostile towards you yet. This zombie is in horrible shape, as are most. It looks as if it was torn apart and patched together not once but multiple times. Its entire body is a scab. It looks thankful to see you.
Thank goodness you're here. My name's Harold.
How did you end up here, Harold? This question is obviously difficult for him to answer. He hums to himself for a while and stares into space. Eventually, he responds.
I forget.
How long have you been here?
I can't say. I don't need sleep, and I just can't see the sun here, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. Feels like an eternity, though.
What has Kurojutsu been doing to you? The name of Kurojutsu makes him quiver in fear.
He beats me. He slices me up. He puts me back together, then he slices me up again. He burns me, he shocks me.
Harold begins doing something that almost seems like crying. His infected, scabby skin begins heaving, but because Kurojutsu more than likely destroyed Harold's tear ducts, no waters come forth. How can I help you get out of here? For a second, his eyes light up.
I'm not sure if that's even possible, but if it is, you'll need to be sure not to fall for Kurojutsu's traps.
Traps?
Well, Kurojutsu's audience chamber has 4 raised pedestals. I'm glad that you came to me before rushing to him, because people have made that mistake before.
What do the traps do?
Simple. They summon Kurojutsu's most powerful shock troops into the room. Quick ghasts and vampires, all strong and ancient.
How do I deactivate the traps?
That's a good question. I forget. But don't charge Kurojutsu's main hall until the traps are disabled.
How do you know all of this?
I dunno.
It strikes me that the only way you could know this information is if you personally tried to slay Kurojutsu and failed, putting yourself in this predicament in the first place. He scratches his head. This clearly has not occurred to him for a long time.
Perhaps. If you need my help to beat Kurojutsu and manage to free me, I'd be happy to join you.
You enter this room and see a pair of vampires playing cards at a table and one standing at a bar. They appear to be in a state of partial torpor. Is this what vampires do when they're exhausted? They glance at you sluggishly as you enter the room, but otherwise pay you no heed. Vampires, like humans, must have down times when they just don't want to fight humans. In this stuffy passage, you can see exactly what Kurojutsu plans to do to you. Hopefully, you will fare better than these persads did. There is a large spell tome here. It most likely has to do with necromancy, but you could read it if you like. Read it. The book contains dangerous knowledge about the manipulation of shades, the non-corporeal undead. It describes their makeup, how to summon them, and how to dispel them. Members of your party who know summon shade or repel spirit now know it at a much higher level. You read the sign, Control Chamber, no entry. As you step over these runes, they blow up, smothering you in a repel spirit spell. Thankfully, you are not undead yet, so the enchantment leaves you unfazed. As you enter this room, there is a wight on a platform sitting by a set of controls. You had no idea that wight sat, much less worked on electronics. Even stranger is the fact that it has yet to attack you. In fact, it doesn't even notice you. The wight before you continues pressing buttons rapidly on the control panel before it. It looks vaguely like the uncivilized wights who you have seen previously, but this one is noticeably less disheveled and has its claws trimmed. Some buttons flash, others remain dull. You can't understand it. Hello? The wight turns around and addresses you, speaking with perfect enunciation.
Greetings. My name is Valsgoth. May I assist you?
You talk. Valsgoth shakes his head and scowls. He doesn't seem to think that the idea is so revolutionary and doesn't see why you would think so either. You aren't attacking me.
I know this. What do you think I am, a savage? Master Kurojutsu made me to take care of his machinery, not to sully my claws with the blood of interlopers.
If you won't attack me, then would you assist me with something? As you pull the lever, Valsgoth sighs and presses a button on his control panel. You hear the platform across from you begin humming. Humming just like the time you were descending through the tunnel. A large group of undead teleports onto the platform. Valsgoth himself, however, keeps on typing on his machine as if nothing had just happened. You read the sign, Gate Override. Warning, overrides locking all locking mechanisms. There is a trapdoor here, presumably leading to further cellars filled with corpses. What makes you assume this is two things. The first thing is the stench, and the second thing is the growling and shuffling of undead. You leave the trapdoor alone. The gate to your cell is open.
Hun? Oh, you're right. Hey, I've got a great idea. Can I follow you around? I'd like to take a few whacks at Kurojutsu myself.
Sure. Harold almost ambivalently slides out of his cell on his damaged limbs. In spite of the damage he has taken, Kurojutsu's dark necromancy has allowed Harold to have much more strength than would meet the eye. These roses look nice and give off a sweet but subtle scent. Ah, this makes you think of a poem. Which poem would you like to hear? The first. Roses are blue, violets are red. If you agree, you've got rocks in your head. The second. Roses are red, violets are blue. Please flush the toilet after you're through. There is a panel with buttons on it here, not entirely dissimilar from the one Valsgoth was using. This one, however, is far simpler. The buttons are clearly labeled. This device, if labeled correctly, is set to control power supply and the gates opening and closing. Of course, since you jammed all of the gates open, the buttons controlling the gates in this facility have been dimmed out. Only a few buttons remain active. The button controlling the power supply into something called RSP devices is currently lit. Harold looks at you and says,
"Hey, I'd turn that off if I were you."
"Press the button." Kurojutsu. The vile vampire and Hana are sitting at the far end of this hall. They both sit back in their chairs relaxed, waiting for you to make the first move. Perhaps they have a trap of some sort set up. Charge. Kurojutsu glares down at you with a fang-filled grin as you approach his dais.
"So, have the cogs of the machine come to slice the abusers up into itty-bitty pieces?"
He chuckles.
"You think you're doing a service by killing us?"
Hana shakes her head at you with a smug, toothy grin.
Poor children, you adventurers are. Do you honestly think that killing us will stop the suffering in the world? 10 men without power who want to change the world can't fight 1 man with power, and women? Us gals are always being trodden down upon. The poor, non-humans, the huddled masses that the Empire refuses to take care of. In the end, it's worthless to try to aim for a higher sense of morality. There is none. One lives for oneself, that's the way it is, and that's the way it will be.
That's not true.
You're wrong, Kurojutsu. You don't seem to get it. There is kindness in all beings, a spark of the divine. No being is completely evil. Even you show love for your precious one. The lines between right and wrong are always blurred. We mortals have no way to determine right and wrong, much less whether there is a right or wrong. That said, I can't believe that one like yourself who can value another life such as Hana's could honestly find it moral to indiscriminately kill others. By recognizing the value of human life, you have set a moral code that you break willingly. You are a hypocrite. Stop this immediately. It's in your hands.
You had no idea that Harold could be this eloquent. Perhaps his ambivalent exterior was just a facade after all. Kurojutsu seems unfazed by the dramatic speech. At first he begins giggling inanely to himself, but soon he is laughing heartily.
"Harold, you old dog, you. That was brilliant. Dramatic, climactic, and utterly worthless. Then again, I suppose we all needed some comic relief. At my behest, enjoy dying for a world that hasn't cared about your death for over 100 years.
Kurojutsu stands triumphantly with his hands at his waist, giddy and excited as if he has already beaten you.
Enough chit-chat. Now, detestable cogs of the cannibalistic machine, witness my secret weapon. The remote summoning platform.
Kurojutsu seems surprised, to say the least. His jaw drops and his eyes open up wide. His face would have almost likely turned white if it weren't already.
Damn you. How did you manage to deactivate the RSP?
Your feeling of elation, however, is short-lived. Kurojutsu himself is still a powerful vampire, as is Hana. While the demonic duo no longer have their allies to depend upon, they still have each other. Admittedly, that's still quite a handful. Kurojutsu reels over, stricken by your lethal blow. His bravado of superiority and amorality is rent asunder by the harsh reality of your sword. As he dies, he begins to form a frown on his face, but he dissolves before any sort of personality transformation can come to fruition. Kurojutsu is dead. As Kurojutsu dissolves, so do all of the creatures that he had under his control. What remains intact, however, is the cloak on Kurojutsu's back. It should serve as a memento of your adventures here. You turn around, but it's too late. Harold instantaneously perished again, when Kurojutsu dissolved, leaving nothing behind. Rest in peace. This must be the chambers of Hana and Kurojutsu. It's an elegant setup, to say the least. Kurojutsu may have had a point. The evenings spent in these chambers must have been consistently more enjoyable than wading through goblin innards and trudging through caves. You shake your head. No, you tell yourself. Kurojutsu was morally out of line, no two ways about it. But who makes the morals? You find a portal, a magical door made of pure energy. Wizards often create them to speed up transportation from one place to another. They're safe, usually. Step into the portal. As you emerge from the tunnel you ended up in, you find yourself near Timerwing, a large port city. From here, you can go to any of the other 4 continents. You came to Ashton Vale looking for a way off of Dostun, and now you've found it. It's time to leave. The end.